Hey, my name is Jordan, and this is the time someone died of COVID on my flight.
Alright, before you get into the story, just tell them your IG, because they all going to be asking me in the comments.
Oh my god.
They definitely going
So just like...
Yeah, just go ahead, put it up, go ahead.
Go on and follow me at Jobrocana. That's Jobrocana.
Y'all welcome. Now leave me alone. Go ahead.
Okay, so boom. So we have this holiday tradition, me and my friends from college, where we always make sure that we link up for a Christmas party. So they're all the way in Florida. I had moved to LA, so it's a lot of figuring out here and there of how to get there during COVID. So this is at like the height of, not the height of COVID, but you know, we're all kind of burnt out. You know, it's now December 2020. We've all been inside for about 3 years at this point. So the holiday party goes great. We get there, we have an Airbnb, getting fucked up, playing games. I'm not remembering certain nights. They telling me shit I didn't do. Who knows? Great night. Great weekend. So we come to the close of the weekend, and I got to start preparing to hop on my flight back to LA. So long ass fucking flight.
Where y'all coming from?
Florida. So we in Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's yo people.
No, Miami.
Yo people.
All right.
So I'm getting my life together. We hop in the car. We going to the airport. I'm already in airport mood, right? Airport Jordan is not the same Jordan y'all gonna get on the street, out, whatever. Airport Jordan is very much asshole Jordan. I feel like as humans, we are our truest selves at the airport. Like, for example, if I see a baby in a stroller at the park, it's, hey boo. In the airport,
I hope he ain't sitting next to me.
not even that. Why are you looking at me? I don't even care. Like, if the baby breathing too hard, the baby moving too much, like, you're talking, you're laughing. I don't like any of that shit. So
they don't check your attitude at TSA. They let it go through.
So I get to my gate. Not only is my flight delayed 2 hours, so I'm mad. It's just getting thicker and thicker, and everyone just forgot what 6 feet is. Like, this is at the height of COVID. 6 feet means everything. So I'm bumping into people. I'm disgusted. I'm hand sanitizer, neck, legs, hands, toe, everything, right? Already mad. So we're finally boarding the flight. I sit down. My kind of go-to is the window seat because I fall asleep on every flight. That turbulence, I'm going to sound crazy, that turbulence put me to sleep every time. So I got to make sure that when my head lean, it lean on the fucking wall and not somebody's shoulder. So the window seat, I'm trying to be tucked away, got my feet up. I'm on Spirit, so it's not a lot of room.
See, that's why you got an attitude, because you flying Spirit.
Listen.
You know what you was in for.
But I had already put in my time. I flew the last 3 flights, so this time I get to rest.
Ooh, all right.
So I'm already like, I try to time falling asleep to when after we take off so I can sleep the whole, it's a 5.5 hour flight. Might as well be 12 fucking hours. So I want to be asleep the whole time if I can. So fall asleep, turbulence starts shaking, or I'm getting deeper into it. All of a sudden I hear a scream. So I'm waking up like, damn, like whose baby is that? Then I realize the scream is from a grown ass woman. So I'm like, still, eyes closed, peek. I'm like, that ain't got shit to do with me. So I try to fall back asleep. I hear some more commotion. Like my seats start moving and shit. I'm like, yo, whose fucking baby is this? So now I'm awake with my eyes are still closed because I don't want no one to bother me, right? All of a sudden I hear somebody frantically, is there a doctor on the flight? And at this point I'm like, that definitely got to do with me. So I turn my head towards the window a little bit more, put my mask up a little bit higher. In my head, I made a joke. I was like, damn, this would be crazy if somebody behind me or somebody on this flight is like dying of COVID. So it might have been my fault. I might have jinxed it. So at this point, now like the person next to me is like moving too much, right? So I wake up, I look at him, and he looks at me. And the person, the flight attendant is like, does anybody know CPR? He look at me, I look at him. I don't know if he's certified, but I'm certified. And hey, relax. It's COVID.
Yeah, it's COVID. I
get it. It just sounds funny.
It's fucking COVID. So I'm like, in a time like this, like they don't teach you this in CPR class. It's like, oh, if there's a whole ass pandemic, am I supposed to put my mouth on their mouth and resuscitate them? So again, I'm just kind of like, damn, like it's kind of my business now, but it's not my business. So like they're still looking, they're asking, is there a nurse? Is there a doctor? Does anyone know CPR? Anybody? And I still have not turned my head to see what the fuck is going on. So finally someone's like, I'm a nurse. I was like, thank God. So she come over and I finally look behind me and I just see some old man just kind of like looking asleep. I'm like, all right, this can't be it. But now I'm realizing his daughter and his wife are in the row with him. Mm-hmm. And they're just boohoo crying. I'm like, oh shit, it's him. I'm like, okay, maybe he just like passed out. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But mind you, when we were getting on the flight, Mrs. Part, I was hearing a lot of people coughing. Mm-hmm. And he was one of them, right? What pisses me off is they all had Mickey Mouse ears on. Damn, this is so fitting. They all
Damn.
Like, I didn't even think about that.
So they all look like you right now.
They all coming from fucking Disney World, right? And I'm like, I remember looking at them getting on the flight, and like he's kind of coughing, kind of heavy, kind of looking like he having a hard time breathing. But still, I'm not thinking COVID at the time, because why would you be flying if you think you have COVID? Mm-hmm. So in my head, I'm naive. I'm like, he just not feeling that well. I'm gonna feel bad for you. Now this nigga in the seat directly behind me, dying. So I'm like, wow. Not only is this man dying of probably COVID, he's sitting directly behind me. So if he's breathing forward, it's all coming to me.
Well, everybody on the plane is circulating.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Everybody. Sick. So they drag him out into the middle of the aisle. They start doing CPR. And so the flight attendant comes over with the first aid kit. Something y'all don't know. The first aid kit on a flight, top tier. They got all the drugs. Like, I remember they threw it at me and they were like, pass me this, pass me that. I'm over here reading labels like, I don't know. Is this epinephrine? I don't fucking know. I'm throwing them vials of shit. I'm seeing all oxy, all like everything. I'm like, literally the flight is prepared, should be prepared for shit like this. So they have the CPR kind of like, what is that, pump machine, whatever. They try and then they get out the paddles. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn. Yeah, I was like, shit is really getting real. I hear the nurse saying like, he don't got a pulse. He's turning blue. Oh. And so I was like, I'm like still trying. Like, how do you mind your business at a time like this? Like,
it's too close to you to mind your business. You handed stuff. You a nurse at this point.
And still during this time, I'm like, it's none of my business. Please just like save this man. Like the last thing I want to do is have a great fucking holiday Christmas weekend and then watch someone die in front of me. So they're working on him. They shocking him. This man is like cold sweat. It's traumatizing at this point. So I hate flying already. Like I told y'all, I'm in full asshole mode. I don't think I can break out of it. Although I do feel bad for this man. I am scared for his life, our lives, everybody's lives. The one thing top of mind is do not ground this fucking flight. Because you delayed this flight 2 hours. We took off at 11 p.m. I'm trying to make it back to my home at a decent hour because I got work in the morning.
You know they grounding that flight. Someone is dying. That flight going down, buddy.
All right. Mm-hmm. But listen, I see it on Twitter, right? They said if somebody died on a flight, they just gonna move the body into first class and move first class to the back.
I'd be so mad. Hey man, that's not my business. I'm in business.
Is there a first class on Spirit?
I don't even know.
You better take them to the pilot.
No.
That's facts. There probably wasn't even first class on Spirit. That makes sense. So I guess we had to ground the flight. So I hear the intercom come on, and he's like, there's been an emergency on the flight. We got to ground it immediately. So now we ground the flight, and we're just like, it feels like it's taking forever. I'm like, this man is literally dying, if not already dead, on this flight. And we sitting there for like 20 minutes on the tarmac. I'm like, where's police? Where's the EMTs? Like, we all just kind of sitting in silence, like, just like, what the fuck do we do? Like, do we put a sheet over? I don't fucking know. So 20 minutes goes past, the EMTs come on, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm sorry, New Orleans, but like, get your shit together. They get on the flight. They're like, checking for a pulse. There's no pulse. They try the paddles again. He not moving. So at this point, they're like, all right, we got to move the body. So they take out the gurney, and they cannot figure out, because, the aisles are small. I give them that. But they can't figure out how to get the body on the gurney.
They should have just carried him out the door, then put him on the gurney.
Because they making a scene.
Yeah,
like,
the gurney too big for those aisles.
Yeah, but like the gurney's respectful. You feel me? Like,
I mean, but it ain't about respect. It's about just trying to get the body out of this.
But like, imagine it's like, yo, daddy.
But you ain't I ain't got no choice.
I'm gonna help carry my daddy.
Yeah, man.
Come on. I see it ain't working. Let's just do this.
But there was a way to make it work, which is what pissed me off. So all you had to do was roll the body on the side a little bit, slide the gurney on the side, roll the body back on top, shuffle him around a little bit. Boom! You got him on the gurney, carry him out. Instead, everyone grabbed a limb.
Oh, Lord.
Somebody had a leg, somebody had an arm, and they are dragging this man, not giving two fucks about where his head is going. This man hitting every seat on the way out in front of his fucking family. So they get him off. Everyone's just it's like this weird, eerie silence. Like, we don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, we gotta spend the night in New Orleans. In my head, I'm like, why the fuck would we spend the night in New Orleans? Like, there's nothing wrong with the plane. So the pilot comes back on. We gonna sit here for a little while. So we just, gotta make sure we, dot our I's, cross our T's. We sat there for 3 hours.
On the plane.
On the plane.
Oh.
And there's like huge like wet spot of just like COVID sweat just marinating. And fuck you, Spirit, because someone just died on the flight of COVID and ain't nobody come with no Lysol. Now that I think about it, no Lysol. There was no, like, they didn't evacuate the plane to like clean it or anything. We sat there for 3 hours marinating in the COVID air and then took off. So my dumb ass, I'm a millennial, right? I may or may not have live tweeted some of what was going on.
You on the back half of millennial. See, we on the front half. The more just had to get.
I'm a zillennial, right? I'm on the cusp. I'm on the cusp. So
you're like a Leo Virgo cusp.
You feel me? I'm actually a Gemini Cancer cusp, so. I'm so irritated with the fact that this man would get on, again, he probably didn't know, but still, it's COVID. I'm so irritated by the fact that this man is on the flight knowing that he was sick, knowing that we're in a pandemic. I like angry tweet. I was like, man, this nigga really about to die on my flight right now, COVID. That's it. That's all I said. Or no, I said this man really just died on my flight because of COVID. That's it.
Oh, you
right.
You think that's it?
Oh, I know that.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
Probably one of the biggest mistakes I made in 2020. I made a lot of bad mistakes in 2020. Yo, I went to sleep after that 3-hour delay. Like, I ain't got no fucking service on Spirit. Ain't no fucking Wi-Fi. I land. At this point, I'm distraught. I'm going straight to sleep. I didn't text nobody. Like, got my car from the garage, went home, boom. I wake up to madness.
Oh, yeah. You probably thought you thought something happened.
I was like, yo! I open my phone. It's hell. Hell has broken loose. Like, there's tweets in support. There's tweets, like, hating. And by hate, I mean, like, remember, it is COVID. No one's supposed to be traveling right now. And what did I do? I went to Florida for a fucking Christmas party.
Yeah, you risked it for Florida?
Oh, yeah.
For Tampa?
For Tampa?
For Tampa?
Yeah, not for Tampa.
I'm fucking.
Let's go to Timbuktu.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I
you
risked.
saying for Greece out of it. Oh, all right. Tampa.
Fucking Tampa. Damn, I love Tampa though. But yeah, risking my fucking life for Tampa. So I got people on Twitter coming at me left and right like, you shouldn't be traveling in a fucking pandemic. You fucking super spreader. Now look at you. You should have known better. I'm glad that nigga died behind you. I hope you fucking get COVID. God, I was like, this is fucking crazy. But whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck,
What did Spirit tweet?
I didn't even at Spirit. That's the thing.
The Spirit got ghost on your ass.
Oh wait, because Spirit owe me money. So my dumbass, whatever, I ignore it because I'm like, who cares? Like, fucking Twitter thugs, like, and what? Then shit start getting spicier, right? My phone start blowing up, like ringing. So I'm like, it's like hella random numbers. I'm like, who the fuck is like blowing up my phone? I start answering these random numbers. It's CNN, it's Fox, it's NBC, it's KTLA, like
they just want the scoop. They don't care about it.
They don't care about it.
They don't give a fuck about anything. They just want to be the first one to report on it. And like they're all in my Twitter DM too. After I answered, and I was like, I wonder if like are they getting this from Twitter? I go on Twitter, like to this day I have it. Every single news station you could think of is blowing up my DM. So at this point, some of the passengers had found my tweet. They're like, oh, were you on flight? Whatever. So was I, like, how are you doing? Like, are you gonna talk to the news? I was like, it's like I said before, it's none of my fucking business. Like, what I'm not gonna do is tell you about this shit that happened to some man that it's sad. It's a sad fucking story. I don't want to sit here and exploit somebody I don't know for the sake of getting some 15 minutes of fame on fucking CNN. Mm-hmm. Even though Anderson Cooper kind of fine, but and Don. Anyways, so I let it go.
None of them want you.
Oh yeah,
they
no.
Both like men.
They both like men.
Why you don't have to remind me.
You were dating Don Lemon Yeah, hilarious. But
I mean, I feel like an arrangement could be made. We don't gotta do nothing, but
your name will be Jordan Lemon.
that's kind of fire. Joe Lemon.
Joe Lemon. You gotta change your name. Joe Lemon kind of
All
fire.
right, y'all gotta make the connection for me.
Alright.
So I let it go. I'm not talking to no media because I'm like, this is like fucking weird for me. Then I'm seeing everyone else is talking to me. I'm like, all right, y'all got this shit handled, right? Cool. I'm talking about. I had my Instagram linked to my Twitter. So now I'm getting like all like the hate mail flooded into my DM on Instagram. I had to go private and shit. Shit was insane. So I hadn't told, like, I didn't want my parents, like, my parents were very much like, do not travel during COVID. Like, we're very close. So they're always checking in on me. I was like, I'm not. They didn't know I went to Florida. And they weren't supposed to know. So I didn't tell them any of this, right? I didn't want them to worry about me. I get a call from my mom like a couple days later. She was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit, what did I do? The fuck did I do? I was like, forget to take chicken out the freezer. I don't even live at home anymore. Like, what are you mad for? So she was like, why are you on the news right now? And I'm sitting here like, why the fuck am I on the news? Like, I didn't talk to nobody. So she's like, turn on this channel. It's like CNN. My tweet is screenshotted on the fucking news, right? They're reporting on it. Like, they're going crazy. I'm like, oh shit. But the worst part is, like, you know how no one really has their real name on Twitter, right? Like some people do, I don't. I use the alias every time, and they always just be funny to me. A lot of times it's inside jokes. I don't give my Twitter to everybody. Like, my Instagram is public. My Twitter, like, is also public, but I hide, like, y'all see when I repost my Twitter, I hide my handle because I'm like, y'all need to see all that. At the time, there was a running joke that I was like, they always making fun of me because they always mentioning that I'm light-skinned and mean. So like, oh, you just the beige oppressor. So on CNN, Fox, NBC, KTLA, in big bold letters, the beige oppressor is just fucking blanketing the United States. Like, everyone is seeing it, and I'm just like, with a little ass picture of me next to it. Like,
That's funny.
here go my dad. They all work for the fucking federal government, so they're like, I need you to change your Twitter name if you're gonna be doing this dumb shit.
The beige oppressor.
So what is it now?
Lil Bougie Bert.
Little bougie Bert. I hate that, 'cause that's funny.
That's really funny.
You feel me? I feel like it fits. Yeah, I feel like it fits. So I let some time go past. Like, after that, it finally settles down, right? It finally settles down. And it's only a couple days, because mind you, this was the Christmas party. It's not on Christmas, so I still gotta go home for Christmas, right? Like, I told my parents, like, if I'm coming home for anything, it's Christmas, we'll quarantine, mask, whatever. Cool. Buy my flight, get on there. I'm always super excited to go back to Baltimore. Like, y'all always see me post about it. I love shouting out my city. So, you know, I hop on my flight, whatever. I'm like, on my way to Baltimore. Like, that's my PSA announcement for, like, the homies I grew up with. Like, if you see me, like, I can't hit up everybody. If you see it, cool. And they always do. So I was like, on my way home, whatever, like, hit me. Like, we can all, like, link, get food or whatever, where we can, because it's COVID. Oh, my fucking God. Yo, when I tell you, the madness just sparked up again. Everyone who had followed me from the whole incident are now back in my DMs, Twitter.
Super spreader.
Fucking super spreader. I'm talking about, like, I'll kill you and your whole family.
my
I'll
God.
strangle your dog. Like, what? Like,
Oh, what? I ain't do shit.
I ain't been called a nigga with a hard R in a long time,
yeah.
and they was just coming left and motherfucking right. I was like, damn. So I had to go on private again for probably about a month. So if y'all decide to follow me on Instagram or whatever, like, all the followers you see came from somebody dying on my flight.
Hilarious.
Ain't got shit to do
Somebody
with
gotta
it.
die so you can live.
Somebody gotta die so I can live.
So my one question is, you learn the biggest lesson I learned from this: don't fly Spirit.
Yeah, that's
Especially across country. That's why you had an attitude. Because you knew that flight wasn't gonna be.
You know
good.
what?
And you was gonna pay for everything. That's why the ticket's so cheap.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. If I'm gonna be on Spirit, it gotta be 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
A 30-minute flight, like to Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't
And I
know.
still
And I
ain't
might
gonna
still
do it.
think about it.
So y'all telling me, like,
No.
a flight to the Bahamas from LA
No.
to Bahamas
No.
for $100?
Absolutely not.
Well, one thing, you know I'm Bahamian. I ain't doing
I'm
that.
not doing it. I'm not.
I'm gonna pay the extra money to get there, because I'm not flying Spirit ever
I got
again.
money, period, so. I'm trying to get like you, my boy.
All right. right, what comes in the box once you get it? All your retainers. I got 15 of them, so it's gonna take me 15 weeks to straighten my teeth. And I only got the top teeth because I need a bottom tooth extracted. But what's cool about Bite, they work with me, so they'll still help me with my top teeth until I get my bottom teeth situated. So I got 15 retainers all in this box. Also got some accessories. I got what you put your retainers in, carry around when you take them out to eat, or if you out or whatnot at a restaurant, you on a date, put it in there. And I got some whitening foam to use, whiten my teeth. Also, you got the Hyper Bite, which is really cool, which cuts your time in half. If you use it every day, I think it's just for 5 minutes a day, it'll cut your treatment time in half. It's the only technology that Bite has. It's a technology only Bite has, which is really cool, which separates them from all the other competition. So I'm excited to use that. And yeah, so today is the day. I'm gonna open this one, see what it looks like. Boom. But I still get the bottom with it, but it's probably just gonna keep it in place where it's at, which is cool. But this is my first tray for the first week of straightening my top teeth. So comes with instructions. Comes with a little sticker that says the wait is over. It is time to bite. I know you can't see it. In focus, I don't know. This is cool. Let me pop it in. And it fits. Fits perfectly, actually. Yep. And it's comfortable too. But I gotta take it out before I eat or drink anything that's not water. So that's cool. Let me put this in a tray. So if y'all want to start on this journey, just use my code BITEDT.
This is a story about our wild show at Howard University.